Been a while. Real talk right now. It's going to be a really simple video, and what you're going to gain in this video, it's simply information experience. Don't expect anything fancy or a lot of memes, etc. I know I like to be chaotic. I like to put a lot of jokes in my videos, but right now, videos like this, homemade, it's just for real talking. And if you want to grow in life, let's just talk together. And it's always videos like this, simple videos like this, with no script, with anything premeditated. That real talk really goes out in the best way possible. And today's video is kind of simple. I'm not going to talk for more than 4 minutes. I can see the timer right here. So I'm going to be fast. Don't skip. Just listen a little bit. It won't cost you anything, and it can save you years of life. So basically, what happens is that I saw a lot of videos about ChatGPT and how it can be bad. It can brain rot your brain. It can break your own cognitive intelligence, things like this. And I'm going straight to the point. It's BS, and it's a shame because people, mm, in a lot of videos, YouTube videos, people, they like to simplify things, and life is complex but simple at the same time. I know it's kind of ironic. I say people like to simplify. I'm saying that life is simple. Yes, people like to simplify, but also you need to take into account that life is simple but also complex, and there's a lot of layers that you have to understand before going deep down in the subject. In the case of ChatGPT, it's kind of simple. They say that it can break your mind. You lose reasoning because you delegate everything to ChatGPT. You ask ChatGPT everything: what I'm going to eat, what do I do as a sport, how should I talk, write me this is essay, write me this email, etc. But these people don't get one thing. Of course, ChatGPT can be bad for you, but as any tool, a lot of tools nowadays, they can be bullshit if you don't know how to use them. Like a computer. If you just stay playing games every day the entire time, computer will be a bullshit for you. But instead, if you write your stories, if you write essays, if you start creating an application or creating a startup, making business, a computer is useful. The same thing is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a tool. You gotta use your brain to understand the response of ChatGPT to your questions, and you should formulate your questions correctly. And actually, ChatGPT can be beneficial because when you ask ChatGPT, you already are working on in your brain. Every answer starts with a question. Otherwise, it's not an answer. Answer only exists because there's a question first. A problem, it's only a problem because a question was made before the problem. A question needs to exist in order to solve things. So if we go to ChatGPT, we are asking questions. If we are asking questions because there's a problem that we need to solve, or there's some curiosity, something like this. And the the fact that right now ChatGPT has a version that allows you to save memory. Like you say something and you ask ChatGPT clearly, save this. It saves in its memory. I don't know how, but it saves what you say, and that can be really strong because basically I'm saying something that I should ask money from people to say it because it's life changing. If you use ChatGPT as a tool to organize your life and ask for some advice and things about life, it can be helpful, but you need to define some kind of contract. And if you have to get out from this video with one simple idea, save the word contract. What you can do with ChatGPT is simply save a contract with him. Say, for example, I don't want you to help my life. I don't want you to give me advice. Only give me cold, scientific based information, for example. And if you ask something, you can forget about your contract. So if one day you ask something that was not defined in your contract, ChatGPT will block the answer and actually say, well, we defined earlier that I cannot respond like this. So I'm going to be cold and I'm going to give you the answer we defined. So everything is based on interpretation. If you take everything ChatGPT says as seriously, things are not going to work. So what you gotta do is simply define with ChatGPT, that is a tool, how you want your answers to be answered. Simple like this. It's simple. And things will going to work pretty well. Because in the beginning I was I was using ChatGPT like a therapy, something like this, and I realized okay, it's starting to give me a lot of personal opinion, and I don't like this. I want it to be as cold as possible because I want real life information. I don't want someone to feel sorry for me. I don't want a friend. I want a tool. I want a robot that answers me real life, scientific based information. And I made a contract. Don't give me advice on life. Simply use real life information to try to understand what do I have in mind so I can organize my thoughts. Because as a creative person, I have a lot of thoughts every time. I daydream every time. And it's a mess. If you cannot organize your brain, your life becomes a mess. So what ChatGPT helps me actually is simply organize my thoughts. I say clearly, I have this and this and this in mind. I'm feeling like this. What the hell's going on? Let me understand my mind based on psychology, based on scientific facts, and it helps if you ask correctly. So when people say ChatGPT is being the the therapist of everyone's life and it can be bad, whatever, it's because dumb people are using ChatGPT. It's not ChatGPT is not the problem. In the entire world history, every problem we got was from people. People started wars. People fought. People did things. Tools, objects, we create them. We can create weapons, but weapons won't be used alone. They need someone. People use tools. So if the tool is bad, it's because people are not using them correctly. It's like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you just scroll every time, you're just losing your time. But if you scroll with the intention of getting inspired or understanding how content creators work, you can inspire from them and then create your own content. And that's different. If you only use Instagram for 20 minutes per day, you can learn something, you can stay focused, you can actually watch Instagram properly during 20 minutes, and that's it. But if you spend 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, everything goes down and it's not worth it. So that's the message for today. I passed the time. Right now it's like 9 minutes. I think I talked a little bit more than I should. I said in the beginning 4 minutes, but as a start video, I think it's cool, and I don't expect to have a lot of views. I just needed to post a video, and yeah, I just needed to post a video and talk something that was in my mind for a lot of times. And I think you can skip the video right now if you want. I'm just going to talk to my subscribers. I think for now on, I'm going to at least make one reflection video, let's say, per week, summarizing what I got in mind during the week. I think that works pretty well, and people who loves this format, they will enjoy. Because don't make a mistake, I may not be famous right now, but that does not mean that my information, my experience is not valuable. I'm human as anyone else. I'm not less worth than anyone else because I have less subscribers. Subscriber does not mean anything. You have big entrepreneurs that does not have a YouTube channel and still they're big. They're great managers. So stay creative.